hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So before we get into today's video, just gotta say that today's video is gonna be brought to you by Beautiful Halo. And I gotta say, if you guys want to purchase some really awesome anime merchandise, everything from Boruto / Naruto to Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, click down in the description box and use my link below in order to do so. It's also a really great way to help support the channel. As a bit of an added bonus, a lot of their anime merchandise, like you saw in the video just now, is on sale right now, and there's free worldwide shipping on anything over $29. And as a quick heads up, before you order anything, make sure you check the size chart. It's very detailed and it's going to prevent you from ordering something that might not actually fit you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content that you guys are gonna see on the channel is gonna be spoiler heavy. However, with all that being said though, if you guys are still here, I'm assuming that you've already read the latest Boruto manga chapter and you guys don't care about spoilers. So I wanted to go ahead and have a very serious and overdue conversation with you guys about what the future of Sasuke Uchiha is going to be now that Sasuke has had his Rinnegan destroyed and BoruShiki confirms that he has taken the Rinnegan off of the table. And the first thing that comes to my mind after this is the fact that, look, now that it's been confirmed, it's not like Orochimaru isn't sitting there with a whole lab with research. Orochimaru, the same person who was able to, with Kabuto, between both of their big brains, being able to figure out how the Rinnegan is unlocked. And even though they were wrong in hypothesis, but they were dangerously close to getting it correct. Yes, you needed Uchiha and you needed Senju DNA, but there's a little bit of difference there. It needed to be the reincarnates of Astra and Indra in particular. But the fact is that they came very close. I think that based on everything we've seen right now, it really feels like they're setting Orochimaru up for something. They're setting him up for something to deal with Sasuke, simply for the fact that we know that in the anime that Orochimaru was working on finding weaknesses for the Otsutsuki clan and that he was working on ways to combat the Otsutsuki clan. I would think after being stuck inside the infinite Tsukuyomi, he would find something that could counter Genjutsu on a massive scale like that. So I would think, given his fascination with eyes and everything that he's done with those clones, that maybe that's something that could work. Maybe he's able to take some of the actual skin cells from Sasuke's damaged Rinnegan and just clone a completely separate Rinnegan for Sasuke, and it's just a watered down version of what he already had, but for the most part it still functions exactly like the Rinnegan. I don't think anybody would be pissed off on that because that was Sasuke's eye. Because Orochimaru has a lab, because Orochimaru has been doing all this research on the Otsutsuki clan, and Orochimaru and the 14 years between the end of the 4th Great Ninja War and the events of Naruto Gaiden. So when Sarada is going out on that impromptu mission to find Sasuke and Naruto joins along and the Shin Uchiha stuff, that whole incident is 14 years after the 4th Great Ninja War. The fact is that Orochimaru was able to have a bunch of Shin Uchiha clones automatically created, and all of them had the Sharingan and they all had different abilities, which shows you that during that time when Sasuke was under Orochimaru's care, Orochimaru was doing independent research on Sasuke as well. That's the only real way we can explain why those Shin Uchiha clones also have Sharingans, and it's basically, it looks like they've been manufactured in a way. Manufactured, but they're clones, so it's still the same damn thing. And so I said to say, yes, Shin Uchiha was basically used as a way to help create Danzo's Sharingan arm. That was stated in Naruto Gaiden, but the fact is that Orochimaru has all the tools as well as the ability to be a walking plot device to where maybe he's not able to create another Rinnegan. I strongly believe if Orochimaru was able to create another Rinnegan, that essentially Orochimaru would say, the hell with being a good guy, I'm gonna go back to doing my own damn thing. But the fact is that Orochimaru could just as easily manufacture another eye for Sasuke, whether it be another Sharingan, like I talked about, in potentially Sasuke getting powered up by getting a Shin Uchiha eye, or you could have something to where Orochimaru is able to just make a brand new eye for Sasuke, and that eye, because Sasuke already has chakra inside his body that awakened the Rinnegan, what if Orochimaru creates that other eye for him? You see a scenario to where Sasuke is still able to use those Rinnegan abilities, but it's on a weaker extent. You know, that's the scary thing about where science is right now in the Boruto world, is that it opens up the door for a lot of possibilities, We've already seen how chakra awaken inside the body is still there after the fact. We've seen it in the Naruto series, whether it be what you saw in the Naruto Ninja Escapades OVA that brought Masashi Kishimoto on there, where you saw Shisui Uchiha awaken the Susanoo with only having one Sharingan eye. You also have how in the Naruto manga, Madara was able to use the Susanoo despite the fact that Madara was essentially blind at that point. He didn't have either one of his Sharingan. And so it's one of those things where it wouldn't be too far-fetched if you made some little twisting on there to say, well, Sasuke can still use those abilities, but maybe it comes at a much higher chakra cost because he doesn't actually have a physical Rinnegan, which I know somebody's gonna say that's a big ass reach, that's a big ass pull. I'm not gonna disagree with you on there. I'm not gonna disagree with you, because if that's the case, then Madara should have been able to do the same thing. He wouldn't have needed to get the Rinnegan back from Obito. So I say that to say, maybe if that new eye that Orochimaru creates is able to function in that way to where maybe it's able to draw out the small residual chakra that was inside of Sasuke's eye socket, maybe that's one way you can do it. And again, it just comes at a higher cost of chakra. That kind of opens up the door for Sasuke to regain some of that power that he lost. But I think at this point, wherever Sasuke goes from here, unless Masashi Kishimoto wants to have Ikimoto draw Sasuke with an eye patch and you get Ninja Pirate Warrior Sasuke Uchiha, unless that's something you actually want to see going forward, which I personally prefer the eye patch that Sasuke had, but I'm a Metal Gear Solid fanboy, so I love the eye patch, period. But unless you want to go that route, this is something that could work, and this is the only thing that really reasonably makes sense, because Naruto right now has a small portion of 6-pass power, so there's nothing that can confirm whether or not Naruto would be able to recreate his eye at that point. But I do think that having Orochimaru step in and do some, science behind the scenes and potentially even have a brand new Sharingan created for Sasuke, or hell, go a step further and where the eye that Sasuke is implemented is able to transform into a Rinnegan using the method that I talked about. Maybe that's something to where you're bringing Sasuke back up, but again, there's got to be some type of a trade-off on it. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.